Hey guys, what's going on? Paul here. Welcome back to another Cardano video. And this one we're going to look at the Cardano Native asset market like we done last Monday, and we'll get into the trades that ChatGPT recommended last week, see how they performed, and look at what it's recommending I do this week, and we'll place them trades then. So first off, we'll look into the markets, look at how it's been going for different native assets, look at the dexes, look where the volume is, and a few other different metrics. If you get value, please do share it out, give the video a like, comment questions or anything down below, subscribe if you're new. I do appreciate it. Let's jump into it. Okay, so people looking for the stuff on ChatGPT, the information I gave it last week to see how them trades go. We'll get to that in a few minutes. There are timestamps below if you want to jump ahead. But looking very quickly at the overall native asset market. So the trending tokens for the last 24 hours, WMT, which was one of the recommendations last week, up 6.6% in the last 24 hours. SNEC, about even. Hunt, up 9%. Snockinson's up 69, must be a new meme coin. I haven't heard of it before. Min, who gave an announcement a few days ago about the launch of V2, testnets throughout June, different private and public, and then the bug bounty should come to an end near the end of June. And if nothing major is found, I would say we should get V2 on mainnet not too long after that. Fluid tokens then down 5%. So if you want to visualize the overall market, then you can see for the last 7 days, we have had 20 assets up and 31 down. This is out of the top, well, it must be 51 on this. And if I go and look, then you can see Flak Finance has been the biggest gainer with 61.79% up. Then you also have Hunt up 28%. You have ENCS up 18%. iETH up 27, which is a synthetic asset from Indigo protocol, and with Ethereum getting the approval for the ETF, then that definitely has been a very good week for Ethereum. Then you have SNEC up 20%, and next I would say Fren up 17 and Lenfi up just under 10%. In the red, there's lots more tokens in the red, but the biggest ones that are down this week, I would say you have Pavia down 17%, CNCT down 16%, then you have Nuvela down 13% after a really good run lately. You have Axo down about 11%, Lenfi down 18%, Milk just under 10%, Cherry 12%, CNETA 17%. So lots of tokens down a decent bit for 7 days, but there are the few green ones there too. So then if we take a look at the top 10, hasn't changed since last week, I don't think. AGIX, WMT, SNEC, MELD, Kopi, IAG, NTX, Min, Book, and Lenfi. Maybe Indy was in the top 10. I can't remember if these two were switched last week or if they are the same, but not a huge amount of changes there. Then if we take a look at one more page on tap tools before moving on, and that would be here. Actually, we'll look at two more. If we look at the last 7 days by volume, you can see SNEC is about 13 million ADA, AGIX just under 6, WMT under 5, Splash 3.2, IUSD 3, and then around 1.5 million each for IAG, Nuvela, and Hunt. In terms of some of the biggest trades then, you have one, I would say this trade is linked from looking at it. You have someone buying 136,000 worth of Min and a fluid token sale of 136,000 just before that. You can see the same wallet, so more than likely selling off here and buying Min for it. AGIX, SNEC, WMT, Smoke, and a few big SNEC sales there. I would say this is a very useful tool to have the top token trades. Probably was even more useful before we had DEX aggregators, because that kind of skews it a little bit now, because anyone with a bigger trade should be using a DEX aggregator rather than using individual DEXs, because the aggregator will be able to break up your order into multiple different DEXs. So that would mean that there are multiple sales of smaller amounts rather than one big sell amount. So it means for the person selling, they get back more than if they went to an individual DEX where they might have a bigger price impact. Token transfers, then you can see AGIX dominating that with some big funds moving around. This one here might have been moving between different wallets, or moving the same amount moving just between different wallets. The same here, they're a bit different here, but we'll not dive into that in this video. The one other chart the other page I wanted to have a look at was the markets. So if we look at the last 7 days here, you can see active addresses down 7%, trading volume down 7.49%, and TVL is also down, and that's down in ADA, down by 10.48%. Dex token market cap is just about the same as last week. Dominance of DEXs, MinSwap still by far the number one right now with 72%. Spectrum and Splash coming in at number 2 and 3. Eventually they will become one. The liquidity from Spectrum will move to Splash when they start opening more pools. Right now Splash is the only token on it. Sunday V3, Wing Riders, Wi-Fi and Sunday V1. Unique wallets, fees, and then down here you get the better picture if you want to dive into more details on the DEXs. You have MinSwap with 42 million ADA of trading volume in the last 7 days. The number of trades and users, Spectrum and Splash. One thing you'll notice here is that SundaySwap and Wing Rider, or Sunday V3 and Wing Riders both have over double the trades that were happening on Spectrum and Splash, and also the users. But that would mean that there was bigger volumes happening on Spectrum and Splash, so people are trading bigger amounts over there. Wing Riders, Wi-Fi, Sunday V3, Genius, Muesli, Sarah, and TeddySwap. And Axo isn't showing here. I'm not sure actually what their overall volume is, but I know they will be added in fairly soon, and they are starting to get a bit more traction with some of the tests that they've been doing with liquidity on different assets, having tight spreads on, I think, SNEC and CBLP were two of them. I need to do a dedicated video on that fairly soon. So that rounds out that bit. Now let's have a look at ChatGPT and see how it performed over the last week. So what I done was I continued the same thread. This here was actually, I was asking for names if I was making it a series every Monday, looking at how it does, but still haven't picked one yet. So I asked it here that these are the 5 trades that I took last week, and gave it the screenshot, and did it understand the portfolio screenshot. So it came back here and said yes, it did. It could read all of the details in that. Now if I show you here, this is the screenshot I gave it. This is slightly outdated because I done that about an hour ago and got caught up at something else then. But you can see actually the portfolio is just gone back into profit. Probably not profit when you take trading fees out of this, but it's in around even right now. And if you look at the assets, you can see AGIX is about even, slightly down. WMT down 1.5. This was down about 6%, I think, earlier this morning or even last night. But as we've seen on TapTools, the WMT price has had a good last 24 hours. MELD up 2.2. NTX down 0.7, and Indy again in around even on that one. So you can see here, this was the analysis, and it's incredible to see what it can actually read. So I gave it a screenshot. I gave it this portfolio from ADA Markets, and it was able to look at it. This is the first time it would have ever seen it. It was able to look at it and understand exactly what things were and work out what was going on. So if we come down here then, I gave it the updated charts for all of these ones, but I also gave it, and it started to analyze here. I didn't want it to start yet, but if you want, you can pause there and look at any of them. It said then about an updated portfolio based on that would be AGIX, SNEC, MIN, and MELD. But when I gave it another 10, so I gave it out of the top 22, I think I gave it about 20 tokens. I took out IUSD and Shen, because Shen is correlated to ADA and IUSD is the stable coin. So when you come down here then, it gave analysis on all of the different tokens. You can see them listed there. And the recommendation was SNEC, hold and consider adding more, strong upward trend. LenFi, hold and consider adding more. MIN, WMT were the ones it said to hold. And unlike last week, it said last week about splitting it evenly. This week it is putting 300 ADA into SNEC, LenFi 250 and MIN 250. WMT then getting the 200, or just holding the 200 that is already in there. So I was asking it then, did it understand the trades from last week, and should I sell them, or what should I do? And it says yes to buy these ones new, and where is it here? Yeah, so sell AGIX, MELD, NTX, and Indy. I forgot to show there was one point in this. It again it was asking me for more information, and that is all the way up here. Yeah, so given this is a weekly tracking series, it might be useful to provide commentary on market conditions and any relevant news that might impact the price movements of these tokens. So what it's saying here is that, and it's completely right, it's all it can do is analyze the candle patterns on this and the market movements. It doesn't know if there's anything happening in the market. Like MinSwap announced dates for V2. Some people see that as very bullish and maybe come in and buy that. There is others looking to get listed on exchanges, or there could be other updates to individual protocols that either help or push the prices down. So it can't look at that. So what I'm doing here is the very, very basic stuff, giving it the screenshots of the charts and letting it analyze from there. What I want to build this out to is finding ways to automate this. Through ADA Markets, we'll look to feed some of the data, not just the charts, but also the trade history maybe and different things that we can find. Try and pull in some sentiment or some feeds outside of that, so it starts to get a bigger picture and can actually look at not just the candle patterns, but look outside of that as well. It's going to be a long road, but I think it's an interesting one and thought I'd document it as I go. I'm going to place these trades now. I'll pause this video as it's going on a little bit longer, and we'll come back at the end and see how the portfolio looks then for next week. Okay, so that is all the trades placed. Actually, the ADA Min trade just fulfilled as I come back on there. So you can see I went through here. I sold the NTX, MELD, AGIX and Indy, and then you can see here I've bought these three for 300 into SNEC, 250 into LenFi, and the same into Min. The price of SNEC moved a little bit after I bought, so that's good. It's already up slightly. So if you look here, here is what the assets are worth right now. If I look at the assets, you can see I have ADA value wise 195 ADA worth of WMT, 249 of Min, 249 of LenFi, and 302 of SNEC. We'll see where this sits next week. If you want me to continue this, let me know down below, or if you want me to focus more on the other side, what we done at the beginning, looking at the assets, looking at the individual projects and what's going on there. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. Talk to you soon.